Sawadee Krap, Gooners and Goonettes. We're taking a trip down to Ladyboy Island this time of the year. If you're wondering where the hell that is, well, let me enlighten you. Welcome to Southeast Asia. As a mix of thousands of random ethnicities that hate each other internally but will unite against a common enemy. We're basically the equivalent of the Asian Balkan states. Thailand's located here on the northern part of Southeast Asia alongside its neighbors Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, to name a few. As most of you would have known, if you followed geopolitics in the area a few months ago, a little spat broke out between Thailand and Cambodia along the border, but was swiftly resolved by the intervention of Malaysia as the chair of ASEAN. The role has since been assumed by the Philippines recently. Now, besides border disputes with Cambodia, Thailand is well known for their reputation as one of the more liberal countries in the region. They are the only country which has legalized same-sex marriage and has a thriving, though largely questionable, sex work industry. Among other things, tourists who want to experience the red light districts often report getting scammed, losing a ton of money. But hey, don't fret. Those of you who still want a sliver of the Thailand experience, because your resident Kaya Toast presents to you Heartbeat in Thailand. We played a lot of FMVs this year, but this is probably one of the better ones. The standout for this game, I gotta say, has to be the gameplay. It doesn't overwhelm you with too many interactions and puzzles. Instead, the game takes you on a wacky adventure where everything and anything can happen. There are complaints that story-wise it tries to do too much of everything. There's the Thai experience of running into ladyboys, riding tuk-tuks, checking out the local scenery like temples and such. There's the horror element of a ghost in your house. There's the mafia boss rivalry story arc, and the uncle needs your help to take over the business story arc. Not everyone's gonna like it, but if you're into some ridiculousness and chaos, then yeah, the story fully delivers on that. I'm gonna get into some spoilers now. If you want to save it to play for yourself, then skip ahead to this timestamp. The story pretty much goes as follows. You travel to Bangkok's Chinatown to find your uncle as he has some work lined up for you there. Upon landing, your uncle tells you through the phone that he can't make it to pick you up, so he has assigned your cousin to pick you up instead. Right off the wazoo, you get approached by who appears to be a Thai ladyboy. I just want to say that there are caveats to this game because when I spoke to some of my Thai friends about it, and they said it's a rather cringe bit because of how overplayed the ladyboy in Thailand trope is. Regardless, I think international fans would appreciate the humor, but I definitely understand how it would kinda annoy the Thai locals. So yes, if you are traveling to Thailand, you should probably avoid the ladyboy remarks. Anyways, back to the story. Basically, the game wastes no time throwing you right in the deep end. You find out that the house your uncle has set you up in is haunted, so your uncle says you can stay over at the workshop for the night. That's where you come across some thugs who chase you all the way to a nightclub. One of the entertainers who works there takes you in and helps you to hide from them. Later on, she goes on stage to perform and is harassed by the mafia boss, GOON. You step in only to be misrecognized as the boss of his rival gang, who turns out to be a bit of a loser. So he calls your wife, who is not really your wife, it's the rival boss's wife. But yeah, things get pretty fucking messy from here. The wifey, Shenman, hires you to play her husband, who conveniently is dead. But to ensure that Wunang doesn't have the upper hand at the negotiating table for a very important business deal, she has to keep it under wraps. It's late as fuck at this point, so you reluctantly go back to the haunted house and pray to the gods that the super cute ghost lady doesn't freak you out tonight. Spoiler alert, she does. But I'ma be honest, if that is the ghost that's haunting my house, bro, you never catch me moving, bro. I'm staying there permanently. She's there again when you wake up and gives you a stern warning only to be interrupted by someone at the door. It's the entertainer from the nightclub, Shirley. She looks around your home with the intention to buy it, but your ghost lady friend has other plans. Despite playing a few tricks on Shirley, she still agrees to purchase the house. Strangely enough. After she leaves, your ghost lady friend points out that Shirley is kinda sus. Like, who the fuck still willingly agrees to buy a house where weird stuff happens? It isn't long before someone else is at the door. It's your cousin. I have to point out that the cousin term here is used very loosely because she isn't actually your cousin. It's more of a term of endearment. It's just kind of translated poorly here, and for players who aren't familiar with it, I know it would be pretty fucking weird, but trust me, guys, I'm Asian. So yeah, your not-so cousin informs you that your uncle has gone missing. She's a little worried, so you guys draft up a plan to go look for him. This leads you guys to a shady area with a lot of shady shit happening, and you guys nearly get cooked. Literally, in a sauna room. If you guys make it to this point, make sure to like and subscribe the video or these two guys will fuck you in the ass. Sherman eventually comes in to rescue you and your not-so-cousin just in time. You follow her back to her mafia base where you learn how to act the part of her husband. After that, you follow her to an event where you run into Shirley again, but this time she's running away from someone. It turns out she's running from Wuneng, who seems to be missing something important. Anyways, you save Shirley from Wuneng and call it a night. Sherman takes you home where you are greeted by Nana, your ghost lady friend from earlier. She's not too happy that you've gone wandering off doing other stuff while she's bound to the house as a ghost. Remember the attic from when you were showing Shirley around the house? Yeah, it's got something to do with that. So you take Nana upstairs and find a voodoo doll that has some kind of enchantment to keep her in the house. And although you break that spell, her soul seems to remain trapped in the house. So you guys continue to do some research and you conduct another ritual, which I'm using kind of loosely here because it's not really a ritual. It's more of just a romance moment. But anyways, that doesn't work, and as the clock strikes midnight, Nana's gonna disappear. Psych! Apparently the disappearing spell that's been tied to the doll is broken, so actually she doesn't disappear. Then in the middle of the night while you're asleep, Nana wakes you up and warns you that there's an intruder in the house, and with her help, you manage to capture the intruder, who turns out to be Shirley. Shirley reveals even more information about Nana, and it's here we figure out that Wuneng is the main culprit behind all the bad stuff happening to all these girls. Xiao Shui, your not-so-cousin, turns up and gets a solid 6-7 jump scare moment from Nana, and that's followed by Sherman coming into your house out of nowhere. I guess everyone decides to just show up, and she sees this freaking scene and is like, holy fuck, and she slaps you unconscious. You come to your senses, and after some clarification, you and the girls team up like it's an Avengers crossover to take down Wuneng. Now leading up to the climax of the story, you can pick to go either with Xiaoshui, Shirley, Shenman, or Nana. All of them have their own subplots here, like you can go to find your uncle with Xiaoshui, collecting more info on Wuneng with Shirley, meeting the client with Shenman, or finding Nana's physical form at the hospital. All of that eventually leads to Wuneng coming to confront you at your house. So you'll be stopped by Wuneng while trying to escape, and it's up to you to rescue the girls. So for Nana, you have to rescue her from a shaman lady who tries to bound her soul to the attic forever. And then you have to save Xiaoshui from one of Wuneng's goons by creating a makeshift bomb with plant chemicals. Then you save Shirley by fighting the other of Wuneng's goons using a durian shell. And finally, for Shenman, you have to burst one of the iron silicon boobies of the lady boy thug that she was getting cooked by. The final act is when Wuneng chucks a grenade in a Hail Mary attempt to kill you and the girls. This is where you have to pick which girl to shield from the grenade, and that will unlock that girl's ending. Either way, your uncle shows up with a baseball bat and hits the grenade right back at Wuneng and saving everyone in the end. I'm not going to get into all of the endings, but my personal favorite is Nana. because she eventually returns to her physical body and awakens from the coma, although without her memories as a ghost. But despite that, our undeniable Riz still manages to win her back in the end. I think for people who are genuinely looking for a proper dating game, this is probably not something you'd like, but if you're looking for a fun, over the top, relaxing playthrough full of goofy, ridiculous moments, then this game is pretty much right up your alley. It's got some good gameplay elements, like it tries to shake it up with more than just point and click interactions, like the part where you have to create some weapons to save Xiao Shui. But I'd say the best part about this game is its rewards. It's a fresh take on most of the other games we played. There's a comprehensive key system which you use to obtain certain objects that unlock certain scenes, photos, special videos in the profile section of the girls. Like you can tell, production went pretty crazy with these clips and videos. There are definitely cons to this game, like for a game titled Heartbeat in Thailand, there's definitely way too many Chinese elements showing here more than the Thai elements. It definitely lacks on the cultural representation of Thailand, and the reviews from locals does highlight this point. There were even a few comments that said if you took out the Thai elements to the game, it probably wouldn't make much of a difference, and I completely agree. Another problem is the dialogue. I don't speak Thai and I don't claim to, but it's been highlighted as an issue that the Thai dialogue is kind of messed up. I'm not too sure if the translations are too, but I mean, yeah, if the game is targeting a Thai market audience, then it should do a better job there. Personally, though, I don't find it as a major issue. I think most of the complaints are down to like the story, and like I said, it's down to your own personal preference. Some people like a more serious, linear dating game, but for me, I like these sorts of chaotic, goofy, over the top stories, and that's totally fine by me. Anyways, we're doing a new system for ranking now. This is the GOON meter. So, plugging Heartbeat in Thailand on the GOON meter, I gotta give it a solid 86%. It's just a little higher than Don't Fool Me Beauties. What do you guys think? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you agree or disagree? I'll be making more of these soon, so be sure to subscribe, like the video, stay tuned for the next one, and till then, stay hard, Gooners.